Sometimes you have to go outside the realm of tactical books to get something that's of value to our world. Hey everyone, Dylan Schumacher, Citadel Defense, and we are back with another edition of Tactical Book Review. Today's book is The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. I found this book at a local thrift store in my area, actually. I was going through, I thought it was a cool cover, and so, I bought it. Everyone says don't judge a book by its cover, but we all do, let's just be honest. So I judged this by its cover, I bought it. I think I'd heard that name before. It sounded vaguely familiar. He has written a ton of different leadership-oriented material, team-building-oriented material. I have already ordered another one of his books, the 17 Irrefutable or Inviolable, I don't know, some I word, Laws of Building an Effective Team or something like that. So that's sitting on my desk. I got a couple books before that, but I will be interested to get to that one when I get there. I don't think I'm overestimating when I say that this book is the best book on leadership I have ever read. I've read a variety of other business-oriented books or some MBA books or some tactical leadership books. I've read a bunch of different things on leadership just here, there, and in other books and, little like sections on leadership and different tactical books and whatever. This one beats them all. The reason this one beats them all is that leadership is leadership, right? It doesn't really matter what the context is. If you're a pastor, which the author formerly was before he started doing leadership training stuff, if you're a business owner person, if you're a fire team leader, if you're a platoon sergeant or a platoon leader or whatever, it doesn't really matter, right? Leadership is leadership. All the same basic principles apply. Whether you're Alexander the Great or you're running General Motors, all the same principles apply. If you're Winston Churchill or if you're a king, if you're a tribal leader or if you're leading your Boy Scout troop. Like, leadership is leadership at the end of the day. All the same governing principles and rules, and in this case, laws, apply. And I really think this book does a very good job of helping you understand what those laws or rules are, right? It's the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And he's correct, meaning this book is a very Proverbs feel. Like, good, bad, or indifferent, this is just the way it is, right? That's just how it is. For example, law number 9 is the law of magnetism. Who you are is who you attract. Okay? So the whole chapter goes on to talk about the way you are, that's the kind of people that you're going to attract to your leadership. And there's just 20 other examples like that. If you think about that in your life, that's really true. The people you like to follow, and if you have people following you, the people that are really in and following you are probably a lot like you. Right? I thought about this with my crew and my boys, and I would say one of the defining words of our crew is intensity. I have a lot of intense guys that I hang out with. They're driven guys, they're intense guys, they're here to win, right? And I think, well, that checks out. Most people would describe me as a pretty intense person, and when I'm into something, I'm all the way into something, and I'm very hyper-focused on that thing, right? I'm a fairly intense guy. I'm a very excitable guy. If you ever debate me on some topic, right, I will tend to get very riled. So that's just the way I am. And the kind of people I attract that are bought into me the most have this intensity streak, right? Not in the same vein all the time, but I think about all the guys that I hang out with, and I think, yeah, they're intense dudes. Like, they're not milksops, right? They're a bunch of intense guys. Well, why? Because those are the people I attract, because that's how I am, right? So again, there are 20 other examples in here of just these kind of irrefutable laws that when you look at history and you look at your life experience, you say, yeah, that's true. That's just how it is. And it does a very good job of organizing them and explaining them to you in a clear manner. So if you consider yourself a leader, or if you want to be a leader, or whatever, you should read this book. Even if you just want to understand the leaders over you better, you should read this book. It's an easy read. It's not complicated. It's very simple. And it really does a good job of enumerating the principles of effective leadership. Have you ever struggled with leadership? I don't mean like personally, I mean like you don't like the leader over you, right? Or you think they're a bad leader. This will help you understand exactly why you did not like them. And if you've ever had a good leader, this will help you understand exactly why they were a good leader. And if you, again, aspire to be a good leader, and let's be honest, if you're watching this video, you probably are that person, because who watches book reviews on YouTube, right? Readers are leaders, or leaders are readers, one of the way, both ways, something like that. Point being, you're watching this because you want to gain knowledge, because you want to be better at your craft. And most likely, you want to lead other men. So therefore, I would highly, highly recommend this book. Pastor, business leader, whatever, if you want to get better at your leadership, again, I just haven't read a better one than this one. So would highly recommend it, would very much commend it to you. The last thing I'll say is every one of us Minutemen people here should at least aspire to be a team leader, right? I should be able to hand you 3 guys who know nothing, and you should be able to take them from 0 to 60. Meaning, you know, we're going to firearm safety, we're going to learn how to shoot, we're going to learn some basic SOPs in our team here of how we do fire maneuver stuff, or how we do an assault through, or what our SOP is for pulling security, or how to do a patrol halt, or basic hand signals, like all the basic Minuteman stuff. You should be able to take those 3 know-nothing guys and forge them into an effective fire team. Everybody is capable of that. Some people are more capable than others, some are more naturally gifted than others, etc., but you're capable of that. You're capable to have the know-how and the skills to do that. This book will help you understand the principles by which you'll teach all those practicals to get there. Highly recommended. John C. Maxwell's The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Follow them, and people will follow you. Do brave deeds and endure.